Hi, how's it going? So I've been after a chest freezer for a while, and I managed to finally get one. So this is going to be my ice bath. I put it in my garage. Yeah, so I got this for £80 from Marketplace on Facebook. I was humming and ahhing. It's been a while to find one, and I was humming and ahhing about just buying like a new one or just getting an inflatable one, but I want to convert one of these, a chest freezer, into an ice bath because obviously it's much easier to be able to just have it available, ready to go in, not have to fill it up every time, not have to throw ice in every time. So it's filthy, so I'm going to have to clean it out. The people I bought it from, they used it for raw dog food, so I'm going to have to give it a proper clean, and then going to tank it with, so I did some tiling a while ago and I got some tanking paste. So this is like a waterproof, it's like a liquid, rubbery liquid. You paste it with like a paintbrush, and then it solidifies into like a rubbery sort of membrane. So it's completely waterproof. Obviously a lot of people, I see silicone in the edges, but with that, at least it's going to be one full basically membrane, and you use jointing tape. So this is waterproof jointing tape, and then the membrane, the rubber paste goes over it, and I'll use that for all the edges, anywhere where there's any seams or anything like that where it might leak. All right, okay, so I'm going to clean it out now, but I'll show you the process through and through nonetheless. Cool. Right, so it's a lot cleaner now. It's currently on wheels, so I'm probably going to take them off because they're already a bit faffy. I'm going to give it one more little clean over inside with just washing up liquid. It's a light amount of washing up liquid and water just to get rid of the bleach. And then I'll start going through the taping and the pasting. Give it a little bit of time to dry. I'll dry it off with cloth. All right, cool. Right, so I'm just taking off these little bits on side which you put your racks in normally. I'm going to screw that. And then I'm going to apply some tape. So the tape, like I say, it's a waterproof tape you use for jointing. Use them. So the stuff I'm using basically used for bathrooms. You put it in the corners and then paste over it, and it's designed for like wet rooms or like shower enclosures, tiled shower enclosures, like which are above ground floor level. So in case there is a leak, it's contained in that wet room area. So yeah, I'll show you how it's applied. It does cost a little bit compared to like buying a couple of tubes of silicone and just doing the edges, but again, at least you know, hopefully, because I'm not actually seeing anyone else do it this way, but at least hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll know that it'll be fully waterproof and watertight as one full piece. All right. Now, I'm not massively bothered for it going all the way to the top. I am going to tank it all the way to the top, but the water level won't come this high. I mean, you could probably pop these off and seal all underneath if you really wanted to, but I am not massively bothered as long as it covers the main area. And really, it's as simple as that. Now, I haven't gone all the way down to the bottom of that. I mean, I'm obviously not, I'm going to try to get it as close to the bottom as I can, but I'm not being too anal because I can't obviously cut it with a Stanley knife on the inside because I'll damage the actual inside of the chest freezer. But I'm going to be going around all those edges anyway and then tank it all as one. Oh yeah, so we're on day 2. I ran out of tape yesterday. I thought I had just enough to do it, but apparently not, so I ran out. So I've gone and got some more, but the only tape I could get is a non-adhesive, so that other stuff had like an adhesive backing. This doesn't have an adhesive backing, so I have to paste and then put it on and then paste over it again. But I'm going to give it a couple of coats of the paste anyway. Just as a bit of an idea, one roll of this is 10 meters. That should be enough to do the inside of a chest freezer, even the largest ones. The paste, a tub of paste will do, it's called Aqua Shield, will do around about 32 to 50 square meters, depending how heavy you're putting it on. So yeah, so I'll just go through it. This is solvent free, so it is, there's no harsh chemicals, so I'm not going to have to worry about using it in the bath, in the ice bath. But yeah, okay, so I'll show you the process of doing it. It is literally, it's like a thick paste, and then once it's set, it turns rubbery. It's as simple as literally, you just paste it on. Now, like I say with this, the reason I've decided to do it this way is if you get a brand new chest freezer to do this, it's probably not that much of an issue, depending on the material inside. But like the sort of aluminium or whatever it is, it's like tin foil, isn't it? It's aluminium. Insides, they get dints really easy, and when they're being used and boxes are being chucked in, like with this, there's a few dints which actually go through the lining on the inside itself. So if I cover it with this, I also know that it's all covered, and even those little tiny holes, if I miss them with silicone, we're going to be safe. So yeah, it is literally just a pasty job. Now, an idea of price is that new roll cost me, it was 40 quid for the roll. The paste itself, if you can get a smaller tub, you may be talking around about the same price. Obviously a lot more than 2 tubes of silicone, which is what, about £15 now. But like I say, at least you know it's fully covered, and it gives you that little bit of extra strength. So all I'm going to do is just go around and cover it all with the paste, and I will do a couple of coats with this. It don't really go on thick. Once you paste it on, it's only a mil at a time, like a millimetre at a time. So a couple of coats and make sure it's just fully covered. All right. So I'll give it all one coat. All the edges have been taped wherever there's seams. Siliconed in like the little holes, some of the little like the screw holes. I've put rubber washers in the one in the bottom of the plug, and then one around the actual thread itself. So that, I'm hoping that should hold any water. So next step is I need to let this set. It doesn't take very long. Give it 4 hours, it's ready for another coat, if even that. And then go over it again. I might give it 3 coats depending how happy I am with it. But overall, give it a nice coat. Should be waterproof. So the moment of truth, I've just put some water in the bottom. Doesn't seem to be any leaks, so it looks like it's worked. So I'm going to fill it up, keep an eye on it. Yeah, so far so good. Ah, that's lovely. Good morning. So it's all set up. I've got the thermometer with the plug in, which cuts out once it hits the temperature. Right now it's set about 12.5 degrees, and I have the filter as well, which circulates and has a filtration system to filter any rubbish out. But we feel good. Ooh. So I'm aiming for 5 minutes. So as you can see, I've got a circulating pump there, which has a filtration system and it circulates the water around. And then there's a thermometer, so that just goes in the water, which is then plugged in and then plugged into the power supply. The power supply all completely unplugs before getting into this, because obviously it is a chest freezer, and to avoid any nasty electric shocks or accidents, I recommend unplugging. But that will regulate the temperature and make sure it keeps it down. And then chemical wise, to keep it clean, we've got hydrogen peroxide. So I've added 250ml into that, 60%, and a cup of Epsom salt as well. Yeah, all in all, really happy with it. It works, I can fit in properly, and yeah. That's it, 5 minutes done in the tub this morning. I did do 5 yesterday, but it was more of a test yesterday as well. So today's a proper run really. Because I added some more water, it didn't quite come up, so I had to proper get down yesterday. But yeah, all in all, it works pretty well. I've added, to go through it properly, with the filter and the thermometer and the chemicals and stuff that I've put in to keep it nice and clean. I'll quickly go through it with you guys, but yeah, I'm really stoked about that. And my aim's to do them every morning, pretty much 7 days a week. At least 6 to 7 days a week. Warm up. On weekends, potentially go straight to the gym afterwards. Some research into boosting your natural testosterone from ice or cold plunges, ice baths, and then immediately doing a hard workout afterwards. I need to do a little bit more research before I decide on a schedule for that. But all in all, wicked guys. So yeah, this is a how to make your own ice bath, DIY ice bath. Hope you enjoyed it, and get cold plunging, crack on. See you there.